Okay, full stop. This is going to be the easiest Claude Cowork and Claude Code walkthrough you've ever seen.
Blah, blah, code.
No,
blah,
get
code.
out of here. This is for non-coders. It's going to be easy. I got you. If you've not set up your Claude foundations, go back to watch the Claude beginner guide video. I've linked it below. Okay, it's time to move into the Claude Desktop app. We're going to do a really quick 2-second overview of chat. Then we're going to go into Cowork, which is the button right here up in the top left. And then we're going to go into Code, which is right here. So first of all, when you download this onto your computer, the chats, so that's right here, these are on the left and they actually are synced to the cloud. So when you're in chat, this is synced to the cloud, whatever account you're logged into. When you are in Cowork, these are only from your current desktop app, the chats here. And then the code, same thing. It's only the things on your desktop app. Same thing in in Cowork, when you look at the things that are scheduled. So this is one that I don't use as often as I do on my other computer. This has, you can see, daily unresponded emails. Well, I have loads of other scheduled tasks that are run by my full AI team on my other computer. I actually have a separate computer just for that, but I don't have a camera and a microphone hooked up on that computer. So I'm showing you this one. So just keep in mind, if you look at it and you're on your laptop versus your desktop and you're like, oh my gosh, where did my scheduled tasks go? That's why. And then the same thing for Claude Code. So like when I go into Claude Code, these are things that I had set up on this computer, but I've done loads of other things on my other computer. And so just sometimes when I first started this, I was like, oh my gosh, where did they go? But that's why. Okay, let's go back to chats. So in the regular chat little tab over here, you will notice that it's very similar to ChatGPT. You've got the new chat button. You have projects, and those are like the projects or folders on ChatGPT. Then you have customize, which is exactly what I showed you on the browser, where you have your skills and your connections. And then you have this thing called artifacts, which I don't think we went over before. And artifacts are like little mini apps that are built into Claude. We are going to focus on Cowork. So the only other thing I'm going to say about this is that it's actually really easy to pin your chats up at the top, which I love. All you have to do is just click on it and then you just drag it and then, whoops, I dropped it, drag it and drop it up here. And now it's pinned up in the chat. So up in the top. So you can pin your chats, which is super helpful. I wish other AI tools did that. Okay, now one other little thing that I want to show you is when you click up here into projects, customize, and artifacts, these are only in the chat tab. Watch, when I go into customize here, it's very similar to what I showed you before, skills and connectors, and you still have all these plugins, but the plugins don't work because I'm in the chat tab, even though I can't actually see that I'm in the chat tab, which is very confusing when you first start to do this. So what you have to do is you have to be in the Cowork tab here. Now, recently they moved these 3 buttons over to the side. It used to be up in the middle, so now I think it's even more confusing. But let's go ahead and click into the Cowork tab. It looks the same because there's projects, scheduled, customized, dispatch, but they're not. Because watch, when I go into my chats, if I click on projects, I have a few projects here. When I go into Cowork, the projects are different because I haven't actually used any projects on this computer. So I'll show you how to do that. When I click into scheduled, that's showing me the one I showed you before. When I go into customize, it's going to be a little bit different. So these plugins are now accessible. So the skills, these are all the skills that I have in the cloud. And then there's also skills that I have saved on my computer. I'll show you how that works. The connectors stay the same. So these are all the things that I have connected. And then remember it looked different before because I was showing you a brand new account. And then these plugins are super cool. So they have skills and connectors inside of them. So know that when you click the little plus sign, you can either create a plugin or you can go browse the plugins that are included from Anthropic and their partners. So, I mean, really, really cool because you can just see there's loads of things that are included with these plugins. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we are going to set up tasks here in the Cowork section. So inside of Cowork, you will notice there is a chat window, just like you see in the regular chat when you're in the browser, but there's a few things that are different. This work in a project, you can now choose one of the projects if you had one that you had created here, or if you want to bring one that was inside chat, if you click on create new project, you can actually import a project from chat over to Cowork. But what's really cool is that you can actually work on your computer. So see how this shows like desktop here, or I could choose a different folder. And one of the main things that I like to use is Obsidian. So you may have heard about Obsidian. It is a great way to store a knowledge base that you can use between computers. So it's downloaded onto your computer if you've used Google Drive in the cloud and also on your computer. I don't want to go too deep into Obsidian, but I'm just going to show you when I click always allow. Now Obsidian is here, and it's a knowledge base that is auto updated between my different devices. I can do that. What I always suggest to people when they first start this, in order to see how Claude actually works on your computer, you can choose a folder that you call Claude, like a brand new folder that you call Claude. So now check this out. I have my Obsidian connected, and I also have this Claude folder connected. So when I first started doing this, I made a folder called Claude Test, just because I wanted to get comfortable with seeing how this actually works on my computer. It was very confusing to me at first. So I have both of those connected, and then it will have access to pull information out of those folders, but also depending on the permissions that you give, it can put things into those folders or move things around in those folders as well. On the right, you'll see the model here, and this is where you can use the different models. So if you choose Opus, you're going to use the most amount of tokens, and just be careful to not use that for regular tasks. Sonnet is the most efficient, and Haiku is going to be like really, really fast. If I'm doing things that I feel like are not that important, I'll just use ChatGPT. So, okay. And then you can find, Opus 4.6 is here. That's what I was using. That's why it's there. But 4.7 is the new one. That's why it said legacy model, because 4.7 just came out, and I've been traveling and I just got back to this computer. Okay. So in here, I can activate my skills by typing the / and I'll be able to see all these different skills, but I don't even need to do that. If I just say like, let me see what I would like to do as an example. If I say like, write a blog post in my voice about drinking water, and I'm going to say a short blog post because I don't want to take up too much time, you'll see this start to happen. So you've got the progress bar on the top. You'll see here which working folders it's using. And one thing that always needs to have is this instruction file. It's an MD file, which is a markdown file, this Claude file. So when you first start to use Claude, it will tell you that you need to have a Claude markdown file with instructions in it. And it'll usually say, would you like me to create the file for you? And then you can say yes. And then it does. Okay. So it already did this. Your brain is thirsty. Oh my gosh, reminding me to drink water. Now what I want you to notice is, see how it says short, punchy, 0 M dashes, 1 clear CTA? Because these are rules that I have in place for when it writes a blog. Now this little thing up here with the little arrow, when you click on that, you'll notice it will tell you which skills it's used. And then I have a checker that it goes through. And so that's why it's saying this here too, where it's like 0 M dashes, all of that. But then notice it actually saves it as a markdown file in your folder on your computer. So I can say show in folder and it will actually bring it up in my folder on my computer. It saved it as an actual markdown file, which is just wild. Now I could say here next, please turn that into a slideshow in my brand style and colors, etc. And it's going to do it. And then that slide deck that it creates, I'll be able to open in Google Slides because it's magical. Okay. You can see it's pulling my company details. All right, now look down here. See how it says skills, PowerPoint? It's using the Anthropic skill that knows how to create PowerPoint presentations. What? Down here, it's using the TPP brand voice engine. Cool, cool, cool. I can actually start a different chat while that's working. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say, let's do a new task. I'm going to say, please have Bobby set a task because Bobby is my HR manager and I want her to do that. Now, Bobby is my HR manager who lives inside a skill. She is an agent. So watch. You can see it said how often should she run this? What time should it run? How far back should she do this? And when she ran this, actually Bobby went in and assigned it to Nova because Nova is the one who does that type of work on my team. So Bobby is my HR manager. Nova is underneath her. And it gives me a little teeny tiny recap here. This actually is delivered as a Slack message. And it's really cool because when you look at this, you can see, I'm just going to show you the first two things in here. I'll paste them here so I can show you what they are. This is what it sent. Like in the TPP community Slack channel, Nancy sent these messages and Alan had a question. Yes, Nancy. Now this is not right. Right? Jess Ekstrom. I know who that is, but it's not her. Unless it is, but I don't think so. So you speaker Tunity. It's awesome. Talkstars is also a program that we can help him with. Great. Casey says this and it gives me the draft. Amazing. Then what's cool is at the bottom it says, do you want me to actually just send those drafts? Crazy. Okay, so now that's going to happen every day there in my scheduled tasks right here. Hey, while that's happening, check it out. My PowerPoint has already been downloaded onto my computer. That's so cool. So this is the PowerPoint. I can actually click and have it open directly in Google Drive, which I think is bananas. So again, this computer I don't use as often, so I need to connect that Google Drive connection, and then it will just open it in Google Drive, which is so cool. Check it out. These are the slides that it made with little to no context. You're not tired, you're not lazy, you're not uninspired, you're dehydrated. Not the fancy mushroom latte, not another coffee, not the hot pink electrolyte drink. I mean, this like knows my soul. Just water. Okay, your brain is 75% water. Wake and chug. Pre-recording. Sip between calls. More hydrated equals more fun. More fun equals more money. Full circle, baby. Are you actually kidding me right now? It knows my soul. That is so funny. Let's get weird and hydrated. This is only possible. Look at your turn, darling. That's what I told it. How I told it I wanted it to talk to me. So funny. I'm obsessed. Okay, just a little example. Now, once I've connected it to Google Drive, I'll actually be able to bring it directly into Google and I could edit it just like, look, like the whole thing I can edit in here. It's insane. Pretty cool. One thing that I think is confusing when you look up Claude tutorials. You will find a lot of people saying that you have to use Claude Code if you want to do anything on your actual computer, which is an old piece of advice. Currently, you can use Claude Cowork to do things on your actual computer. Now, if you're thinking, what would I want to do on my computer? Well, how about freeing up hard drive space? And this is a great first project to do just to kind of test it out. So what you'll want to do, let's say I want to organize all of my desktop screenshots. Let's go into this chat. So I said, please organize my screenshots on my desktop. Use the skill that helps with this, because I have a skill called the Cleanup Digital Chaos. I couldn't remember what it was called, so I asked it to just figure it out. Now, when I did this, let me just show you in a new task. When I did this, I selected my desktop, so it was working in my desktop. So then it's like, yes, I can see you've got this beautifully organized. Here's what you did already. And then it says, do you want me to do more than just organize it by month? Because it can actually see the images, not just the name of the image. And so I'm like, yeah. So what do I want it to do? Let's sort it into categories and set up a weekly auto sweep. Sort all the months into categories. That may be a big task, but let's try it. So just trust me. Now it's going to go through and do it, and it's going to be amazing. When I first used Claude Cowork a couple months ago, I had it go through and clean out big files on my computer, and I freed up 200 gigabytes of space because I had an old ScreenFlow file that was taking up so much room that I didn't even know I had. So it's going to go through and do all of this. You can see it working. It is totally awesome and amazing, and I love it. Remember, when you do this, you don't have to give it access to your desktop. You can create a folder in here. Like if I go to new task, I can go in here where it says work in a project, and I can select a different folder. I can make one that's called like testing and just test it out to kind of see how it goes. You got this. So cool. Now, the final thing I want to show you is Dispatch. So Dispatch allows you to keep your computer awake, because it has to stay awake and the app has to stay on in order for this to work. It allows you to decide if you want to use browser actions, where it can go and do things inside your Chrome browser. You can enable computer use so that it actually uses your computer while you're away, and then accept edits as well. It can also do things like inside the different folders on your computer, and that's great. So I came in here on my phone. I typed, please run Bobby's end of day report. And it's like, okay, here she is. And then it's going to give me all of the information from Bobby's end of day report. So if I'm away, I can come in here and text my computer from my phone and have actual things be completed. It is so awesome. Now, there's even more magic in here. This is the actual basic foundational steps inside of Cowork. I hope this was helpful. If you would like a deeper dive into Cowork and Code, we do have that available in our AI Stars program. So I'm going to put that in the chat below. We would love to support you there. We have 7 AI certifications. And as hopefully you can tell, we take the technical and crazy and we make it fun and easy, because the more fun you have, the more money you make. Okay, bye. Subscribe for more AI fun. If we've never met, I love helping you to find your weird and get clients with AI.